Good morning. Ay, good morning.
Mor-
Good
oh, good
afternoon.
morning. Good afternoon, Teacher Rafi.
Good afternoon, Janelle. Good afternoon, everyone who are watching right now. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And most importantly, happy Independence Day sa ating lahat.
Yes, happy
Happy
Independence
Independence Day.
Day.
Yes, correct.
Very
Welcome.
timely.
Yes, very timely. Especially that my guest for this afternoon is Janelle. Malalaman nyo bakit mamaya kung bakit siya talaga timely. Okay? So,
Yes.
again, welcome everyone to the Philippines Young Author Awards book launch series. I am Rafi, your host for this afternoon. And everyone who are watching, please share this Facebook Live to your friends in your Facebook wall. You can tag your friends as well and family. And you can also host your watch party. Yan. So thank you very much again for supporting us, for supporting Janelle. And we are featuring young authors from the Philippines here in our online book launch who won last year's Philippines Young Author Awards. So, ito na nga ba? Bakit nga ba best itong araw na to? Kasi today, the Philippines Independence Day is the best day to launch her book. To launch her book. Yan. Because it's very special. It's all about the Philippines. It's very nationalistic. So, when 2 days ago, Janelle, di ba, when we were talking, I told her, this is your day. Perfect day talaga that you chose to launch your book today. So, the young author we have here with us today does not only express herself through reading and writing, but through other hobbies as well, like singing, dancing, baking, wow, baking, and playing instruments like the guitar and ukulele. Recently, she has discovered her newfound love for Taekwondo, wow, and is currently a yellow belt. Everyone, let's give it up for the author of Princess Malaya, Janelle Glory. Welcome, Janelle.
Yay! Thank you.
How how are
So
you?
happy
How
to
are
be
you?
here. Oh, I'm doing fine. Honestly, this is my first time ever to do a live stream. So, first time's a charm.
that that's so we are honored that you get to agree to guest in our online book launch. And since this is your first, dapat mag-screenshot tayo later. Well, for a remembrance as well, 'di
Yes,
ba?
yes, definitely.
Right. Okay. So, let's talk about
Yes.
you, Janelle, as the author. So, can you tell us about your life as a student?
Oh, oops. Oh, what
Janelle?
happened? Oh, okay. Hello?
Yeah. Sige, go ahead. May konting delay lang, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Janelle, and I'm the author of Princess Malaya. That's why it's very timely because Malaya, if you don't know, Malaya is a Tagalog word for freedom, which is, you know, which very much circulates with what we celebrate today as Filipinos, as the Philippines, which is Independence Day. So
Right.
yes, and so about my book, or Giraffe, will you ask me about my book?
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So, let's can we tease our audience a little bit. So, maybe Janelle, maybe Janelle, you can talk to me about what are your hobbies, because maybe we will discover that your hobbies has something to do with what you wrote, right? So, about Taekwondo, perhaps maybe you can share something about that.
Oh, okay. So ever since I was a little girl, I have always been surrounded by these strong, independent women. Even in my cartoons, I always watch Disney princesses who learn how to fight, like Mulan.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I've always been surrounded by a lot of women. So maybe that's what inspired me really to take martial arts like taekwondo. And I actually took wushu as well when I
Oh,
was
wow.
around 6 years old, I think. But then I stopped because I found other hobbies to do, like
Mm-hmm,
singing
mm-hmm.
and dancing and baking and drawing as
Wow.
well. And yeah, I think that's what really embodied Malaya, because I myself am an empowered young Filipino girl. And so I just embody what she is in the story. That's how I expressed her through my words. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. That's why I asked this specifically is later we will know more about Princess Malaya, and also a teaser for everyone. Malaya is a very feisty woman, smart and yeah, smart and strong. So I think you got Malaya's traits from this the fact that you're a strong woman too, right, Janelle?
Yep.
Right. Okay. How about this one? Tell us more about your singing career. Career talaga, but you like singing too, right?
Yes, I actually grew up singing. Like ever since
Mm.
I was 2 years old, I've been singing along to Broadway, like a lot of Broadway
Oh wow.
musicals like Annie and Sound of Music. My parents really raised me as a musically inclined child. And I
Wow.
have to say that it's because I got it from them as well. My
Mm-hmm.
mom, she knows how to sing, and then my dad knows how to play the piano. And so
Mm-hmm.
there's, there are traits that I could, get from them as well. Like in Tagalog, may pagmamanahan ako.
Ayun, correct, may pagmamanahan. Wow,
Yes.
okay. Well, that's awesome. Okay. So, although I have read your book, Janelle, hindi ko lang maalala, meron bang part na kumanta si Princess Urduha? Wala, no? Princess Urduha, sorry.
Or
Princess
Malaya.
Malaya. Wala, no?
Oh, no. She wasn't able to sing. Maybe in a
Okay, okay.
prequel or a sequel.
Yes. Yeah, correct. Maybe the sequel. Ano pala? Musical pala. Pwedeng maging musical. Di ba, Janelle?
Yes, because
Okay.
Filipinos
Hmm.
are naturally talented in singing, right? Miss Teacher Rafi. Like you would
Yes, correct.
see a lot of Filipinos sing even in their barangays or in their canto where they
Correct.
do karaoke.
Oo nga. Kahit nga dito sa banyo lang namin may kumakanta, 'di ba? Even while taking a bath, kanta talaga. Kasi aside from being the national pastime, distressor talaga siya, nakakawala ng stress. And magagaling naman talaga ang mga Pilipino kumanta, 'di ba? Okay, what about the writing part, Janelle? So, today we're launching your book. So, you know taekwondo, you know singing. Your what about your love for writing? Paano siya nagsimula?
Okay, so I remember when I was grade 2,
Mhm.
I used to like steal a stash of paper from my dad's drawers. Sorry, dad.
Sorry,
That's
Dad.
why um, your bond papers were slowly decreasing by day. So basically, yeah, I would get like a stash of short bond paper from my dad's drawers and cupboards, and then I would fold them, and then I would staple them, and then I would write storybooks because I grew up with short stories from this publishing house in the Philippines called
Mhm.
Adarna House. And I would
Oh, yeah.
read them and I would be like, hey, what's it like being an author? What's it like being recognized by a lot of people through this book? Because I would also
Mhm.
flip the book until the end and I would see pictures of the author and I'd be like, oh, that's cool. That seems cool. And so I would make my own as a kid.
Mm.
I would staple a lot of bond papers and I would write stories of whatever my childhood was about. And
Mm.
then I stopped for a while. I remember I stopped. And
Mhm.
then it only came back when I was grade 5 where I discovered this app called Wattpad.
Ay,
So all
oo.
my
Yes.
Filipino friends there, my
Okay.
classmates, I Wattpad, the popularity of Wattpad in the Philippines rose up like around 2014 or 15, if I'm
Mm-mm.
not
Yeah.
mistaken. And I was one of those people who got hooked into the trend and into the world of Wattpad. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try writing again. So grade
Mm-mm.
five me was like, okay, I'm gonna read
Oh,
books from
you were grade
Wattpad.
5 din. I mean, grade 5 ka pa
Yeah,
lang noon. Wow, wow. Okay, and
yeah,
then?
yeah. And so I got super duper enamored into the app.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember I would write and write and write, and then I would delete it at the end of the day. And then my best friend at that time would tell me, Janelle, why do you keep writing and deleting,
Oo nga,
writing and deleting?
sayang.
Like, don't you ever get satisfied?
What did
No,
you
but then
say?
looking back, I remember that they were so cheesy because all
Ah,
of
okay.
my stories back then were about like love stories, those
Ah, okay.
cheesy bad boy whatever. It
Yeah,
circled
yeah,
around
okay.
that theme because it was the genre that was popular at that time. And so I was like, okay,
Mm-mm.
maybe I should write something like this. And then I just deleted all of them. So bye. It just went away
Sayang.
because I
Okay,
thought it
okay.
was really bad and I should think of something else.
And then, pero you had some published, I mean, in Wattpad, kahit paano, or none at all?
I actually had some published, but they
Okay, okay.
weren't in that genre anymore. They were more of
Mm.
fan fictions. Yeah,
Okay,
another genre that's very popular is fan fiction.
all right. For those
And
who
yeah, I
don't
still I
know,
actually
yeah,
still write fan fiction.
yes. For those who don't know, fan fiction is
Okay.
when you have a famous like an anime or a cartoon character, and then not just a cartoon character, right? So anyone famous basically, and then you create a story for them, right? Janelle, that's what fan fictions are,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so dun siya nag-start, all right. Okay, so
Hmm.
last year everyone, we had the Philippines Young Author Workshop and Awards. And that was our first in the Philippines. And Janelle was part of it. And in fact, she won third place and she represented us against other young authors in Southeast Asia. Wow. So, do you remember back then, Janelle, how did you learn about PYAA at that time?
It's a funny story because it was okay. Once upon a time, it was a day in quarantine. I don't remember the specific day because the quarantine seems like a blur to me
Mm-hmm.
already. It was like last year, right? Chirafi.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
was scrolling through my phone and I was bored in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly my mom tells me, "Hey Janelle, do you wanna try this workshop out? I found it on Facebook. I think she came across your Facebook page, the Unique
Mm-hmm.
English Classroom." And then I was
Yes.
like, "What's it about?" And then she told me, "It's writing. Diba you like writing? You like writing stuff on Wattpad?" And I'm like, "Mom, that's so embarrassing." And then I told her, "But like, I'm not comfortable sharing my writing because at that time it was just a hobby. It was just something I did when I was
Mm,
bored or when I had nothing to
mhm.
do." And so I was hesitant. But before I could even respond, my mom was like, "Okay, I enrolled you na." And I'm like,
Ang
"Mom."
bilis ni mommy.
But then,
Thank you, mommy. Wala, nothing you can do about it,
but
Janelle.
you know what?
Us moms are like that. And then what happened?
Yeah, but I don't regret it. I don't
Mm,
regret it. I enjoyed every bit of it. Okay, at first I kind of dreaded it because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna share my writing. Like, what if I'm not good enough yet? But then throughout the whole class, you and Miss Catherine were so generous enough to guide us through um, what writing is all about and how we could build ourselves as aspiring young authors. And so I really appreciate that so much. So yes, I don't regret it. No regrets at all. It
We're
was worth
so we're
it.
so
So
happy.
thanks,
We're so
mom.
happy. Thank you, mommy.
Um,
Wait, what's your mom's name? Maybe she's commenting right now. What's her Facebook account?
um,
Let's find her.
hold
Mommy, are
on.
you there? You can comment so we can see.
She's she hasn't commented yet.
Oh, not yet.
Oh, it's at
Okay.
Nico Glory.
Wait, I can see. Oh, wait, hold on. Janelle, I lost you. Ayan. Don't worry, guys. He's reconnecting.
There, Rafi.
Yeah. Hi, you're back. I lost you. Okay, it's
Yeah.
okay. Janelle, may nagtatanong na ano daw name mo sa Wattpad. Lagot.
Oh my gosh! No!
Yeah.
We don't
Hanapin
want
niyo
to
na lang sa
know,
Wattpad.
please.
You should be proud,
Ah,
Janelle. You've gone this far. Di bale, mamaya, we're going to put your Wattpad name here. Thank you, mommy. I think wait, hold on. Is her name okay. Is her name
oh, she
Mommy
hasn't
Ashley?
commented yet.
Is her name Mommy Ashley?
No, that's my
Oh,
best friend.
oh, okay. That's your best friend. Was
You're
she
one of my
saying I
best
love
friends.
you this one? Ashley saying I love you.
Oh, I love you
Aw,
too. Thank you for your support.
thank you everyone. Oh, here. Mommy's here.
There she is. Hi,
Yay.
mom.
Mommy Naomi, Janelle was saying that she saw the ad and then you registered her agad-agad. But she didn't regret it and she was very thankful that you did register her kasi she had a good time naman daw. So thank you, Mommy. And until here, you're supporting her. Maraming salamat po. All right, okay.
Yes.
So,
It was worth it.
thank you. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about your writing process, Janelle. So, how was your writing process writing Princess Malaya? Did you had that story before starting with PYAA or dun mo lang naisip in the workshop?
Actually, I had Malaya ever since I was in 8th grade. And
Mm,
it's because my history teacher at that time told us to create a superhero and to create a short comic strip about our hero. And so I was like, maybe I should create a Filipina superhero that that's named after a Filipino word, which is Malaya, so that we have some representation. And I
mm-mm.
remember that I thought of her as an Avenger because I'm a Marvel fan, if
Oh,
you guys didn't. And I was like, maybe she should be an Avenger because I was also
mm,
infatuated with two of the members of the Avengers. They're the Maximoff twins. They're Quicksilver
mm.
and Scarlet
And
Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
And so I was thinking, yes, I was thinking that maybe Malaya should have these powers of telekinesis and super speed. That way she
Mhm.
could have like a plot in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or something like
I
that.
love it.
Because I
Okay,
was really.
okay.
And then my teacher liked it because my teacher is also a Marvel fan. And so he
Mhm.
even gave me a shout out in class, like, oh, look, guys, Malaya. And I'm like, oh, teacher, that's so nice of you. But then after grade, yeah, but then after grade 8, I had to set Malaya aside because I was
Mm,
like, I don't think nobody's ever gonna pick this up. I'm still young and I got a long way to go. And I'm just like, I felt so small at that time
mm.
as an aspiring author because, yeah, I was young and I was just a kid. Like, who would notice me? And then lo and behold, quarantine came and my mom enrolled me. And then I got to use my idea, but then I had to scrap the call this the powers out because I couldn't
Mm.
build her powers in the story and I would have a hard time. So I just made her into a regular human being who was very skilled in martial arts. Yeah.
Wow, but if you guys are will be able to buy her book, you will see that actually there's a hero. If you look inside your heart, that doesn't sound like a song, but it does. It sounded like a song suddenly, but that's true. Even if Princess Malaya, even if Janelle wrote her just an ordinary person now, she's she's a she's a hero in her own right. So I don't want to give spoilers again. I really like saying spoilers. So anyway, no spoilers. You guys will know if you read her book. So even if wala siyang superpowers doon, you will like her. Okay. So
Yes.
all right. So coming from that question, tell us now more about the book. So uh do you have inspirations for this book?
Besides the grade 8 process and all, I have
Mhm.
an inspiration for her talaga, and it's a warrior princess from a province here in the Philippines from Pangasinan, and she's called Princess Arduha, which I
Mm.
briefly mention her in my book in the first few chapters. But I don't want to spoil because you all gotta read it yourself in the
Yeah.
book, and you'll in the book you'll figure out why she's such an important role model to Princess Malaya. And so basically, I'll just tell you a bit about Arduha if you don't know about her. So she's a warrior princess, and she's very feisty and strong, but she's also very beautiful. And that's why she has many suitors. She entertains the suitors, however, she has one condition. Because, of course, along with the suitors, they want her hand in marriage, right? So,
Mhm.
um, per suitor, they have to follow a condition, the
Mhm.
princess's condition, rather, and that is to beat her in combat or
That.
in
Mhm.
arnis or in our Philippine martial arts or in hand-to-hand combat rather. They have to beat her in order to take her hand in marriage. But then, however, no one has ever beaten the princess, and so she remains independent and strong, and so she just rules her country in the or no, she rules her land rather independently as queen because nobody has ever beaten her. But in other versions, they say otherwise because some people want to believe that she got married and somebody actually has beaten her. But I would like to believe the version where she just rules independently as queen because that's very empowering, especially
Mhm.
as a young Filipina girl reading this reading her story, as at least
Right.
that version I believe in. Yes. So yes.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. And it's a big thing here in the Philippines right now because girls are always expected to get married and
Mm-hmm.
start a family at a young age. But well, I'm talking about like years ago. But now definitely here in the Metro Manila, we we have come to be more modern in a sense, right? But it's amazing though that even years before, independent women are ruling the land already, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a perfect inspiration too. So not only is this book nationalistic, but also it inspires feminism as well, right,
Yeah.
Janelle?
Yep.
Right. Right. Okay. So um, you have a copy of the book right now? Do you?
Yes. Here it is.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Okay. Can you read us an excerpt from the story?
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Okay.
Hmm. I don't want to spoil too much
No
because
spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay, I'll probably read chapter 7. Oh, and before I read this excerpt, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Catherine Koo because she recommended me to add a little bit of romance or add probably a little bit of puppy
Mm.
love into
Mm-hmm.
this to this story because it would smoothen that transition, which I eventually read when I did add that hint of love into the book. And chapter 7 is one of those chapters which has that hint of romance.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. Chapter 7. I woke up the following morning and everything felt lighter than usual. It was odd, but I liked it. I greeted Father Dakila and my sister in law Mayumi a good morning and started to head out to practice Kali. But before I left, I heard my brother say, Father, Malaya's strangely too joyful today. I wonder why. I felt sarcasm in his words. Mayumi smiled at me while rubbing her baby bump gently. I shook my head and walked on, smiling widely. At my training spot, I was about to end my routine when I turned and saw the same person I met last night, under the moonlight, chatting the night away. Catching my breath, I put my sticks down, a smile forming on my lips. Why, good morning, Duke Ricardo. What brings you here? The young man smiled too, looking down. Well, come on, don't keep the princess waiting, I said playfully. He finally looked up, locking his eyes with mine. My heart felt like it will jump out of my chest. I must admit, I have never met anyone like you, and a princess at that, he said. I felt warm in my cheeks. What was this man doing to me? What are your plans for the day, princess? I was taken aback by the question while I collected my Kali sticks. Why do you ask? He stepped closer. I hope you don't mind, but would you like to take a stroll near the ocean with me? I tried to soak in what he just said. Did he seriously just ask me that? Oh, dear Bathala, our supreme deity, let my heart be still. With a straight face, I replied, Why don't you walk me back to the kingdom first? Giggling again, he nodded and handed his arm out of my reach, or out to my reach, sorry. I held his arm out of respect, and together we walked back. I found myself in my room, thinking about what my decision should be. Earlier, he proposed marriage in a manner I've never experienced before, bending on one knee. I was so surprised, but I simply told him to ask my father at the Torogan and I'll give my response there. But somehow I felt I couldn't wait, and I should give my answer now, so I made my way stealthily to the Spaniard's and companion to talk to him. I stood at the back of his tent, but I heard a familiar voice inside. Okay, that's all I'm gonna read.
Wow, okay. Oo nga, meron pang when I looked
He
into
locked
his eyes.
eyes.
Ay, ayun, may ganun. Ano ba yan? Pero, these are the types of well, it's a good cat being the expert on story writing here made a really good
Mm-hmm.
advice on putting the romance part, because maybe through the romance part, Princess Malaya can be shown her weak side and her strength as well. You know what they say, right? When a person is in love, they are weak and yet stronger at the same time. So maybe, just maybe, I'm not telling spoilers here, but just maybe, this love can empower Princess Malaya or not. Right, Janelle? That's something they need to read about. I'm so careful. I'm
That's for
sweating.
them to find out.
Okay. All right. So now, Janelle, what was the most difficult part about writing this book?
Okay, the most difficult part for me, I think, was how I should execute the words right because I
Mm.
really feel that my readers could feel my emotions. Wow, feelings, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Even with songwriters, when they write songs, you could feel their
Mm-mm.
emotions through their songs. And goes that's the same thing that happens to readers and writers as well. And so I was super duper anxious. I remember crying And my mom even filmed me crying. If you want the video, you can ask her. No, don't ask her for the video.
Okay,
It's
okay.
embarrassing. But yeah,
What happened?
I
Uh-huh.
I was super anxious, especially the day
Mm-hmm.
before the PYAA, because
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, what if I don't execute the words right? What if I don't get the right words for my story? And what if my readers don't um, vision what I vision? Because
Mm-hmm.
it really is important to me that my vision is aligned with the reader's vision. Although I know
Of
that
course, of course.
all readers are different, but
Mm-hmm.
those were like the thoughts that were um, possessing my mind at that time. And so that was the difficult part. But thankfully, I got over it. I just had to cry it out. I just had to bawl my eyes out just to
To
get
release
the
the tension,
emotions
right?
right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to release every ounce of fear I was feeling at that time. So, yes.
Oh wow. So after that, did you had did you have clarity? Were you able to write it better after after that?
Yeah, I was actually. It
Okay.
felt really fulfilling and relieving to cry it out first before before I wrote the whole thing. Because personally, I tend to take a while to get
Mm-hmm.
inspired. Like I take about 2 weeks or even a month to write a chapter because I don't know, my inspiration for things or for like my stories rather even on Wattpad, it takes
Mm-hmm.
me a while to get inspired and get the right words on a chapter. So yeah.
Right. And inspiration is not the kind of thing you can force, right? If it happens, it
Mhm.
happens. And that actually is one of the challenges of writing. Because there are times, right, Janelle, that you want to write like 5, 10 pages, but there are other days that you don't want to write a single letter at all.
Yeah.
But and when writers decide to have it as a profession, it becomes more challenging because of the deadlines and all. But speaking of deadlines, did the PYAA deadline help or not? It just made you more anxious.
Um, it was one of the reasons why I cried actually.
Oh no, okay. Okay. So
But no,
so
it was okay because oh, sorry, you were saying.
go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead. It was okay because
No, it was okay because like what you said earlier, I just needed to release the tension. And, and no, it was just me being anxious because I might not meet the deadline because I'm not easily inspired. And so I
mm,
remember like it was 2 days before the deadline, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have the right words yet. And I was just um, saying that in my head because
mhm.
from the outside I was just calm. I was just, oh, it's fine. It'll come along. But my mom was really worried. My mom was like, Janelle, oh my gosh, you gotta finish it. The deadline's literally like in 2 days, and I'm like, it's fine, mom. It's fine. I'll finish it. And but inside I was exploding. I was like, oh my gosh, I do need to get this done, which led me to crying. But it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. And guys, in Filipino, partida pa yan, ah, partida. So maybe Janelle, it's just the writer in you, waiting to be unleashed. So it's a good thing. I think when you cried and you let all the anxiousness come out, maybe that's the door blocking your creativity. So good thing you met the deadline, right? Thanks again to
Yeah.
mommy pushing you.
Yes. Thanks to mom.
Yeah. All right. I saw also that you did the illustration for the book, right? Can you
Oh no. Yeah, I
you
did
did,
that.
right?
Yeah, I did
Can
that.
you,
Um,
yeah.
I was actually really hesitant because I'm not good in drawing on like a tablet. I actually did that on my iPad, that
Mm-hmm.
illustration, and I was doubting my art skills because
Uh-huh. You should have
um
seen mine. And if you saw mine,
oh
you'd be like, aha, I can do anything. If you saw mine. Okay, go ahead. It's
no, but
good. I mean, yeah. What was your process for this?
no, I think it has to do something with me having a lot of friends who know how to do art better than
Mm,
me. Because I'm surrounded by a lot of people who know how to draw well, whether it may be digitally or traditionally. So I'm like, oh no, what if my art friends see this? Maybe they would cringe because it doesn't look so good. But then, nevertheless, I tried, and that was the result. So,
it looks good. So you ask help also, like suggestions on what, I don't know, colors, or
uh,
you did
actually,
everything.
I got suggestions from my parents.
Mm,
If you can see the clothes Malaya is wearing, she
mm-hmm,
has three colors on her clothes, which are
mm-hmm.
yellow, blue, and red,
Red.
which symbolically represent the
Yep.
Philippine flag. And I
Mm,
did that on purpose because, well, she's a princess from our country, and so I had to incorporate that on her clothing.
those.
So, yes.
Nice. I like it. All right. Okay. That's great. Um. Oh, okay. So I hope you guys are excited because if you are in the Philippines, you can buy the book from Janelle, right, Janelle? How can they contact you? Hold on. I
Actually,
think
at the moment, I only
yeah.
have a few copies left.
Ooh, okay.
But then, if you are interested to purchase a copy, you can contact me on my email at janeloglory@gmail.com, or you can message me on Messenger and Instagram. It's also at Janelle Glory. And you can make a reservation there and I can see what I can do. So, yeah.
Yay! Thanks, Janelle. So guys, you message her as soon as you can because she only has few copies left. All right, but I understand, Janelle. I think you can order more, right? Just in case they would
Mhm.
like more copies. All right, okay. So what else? So before we end, Janelle, let's do a. Ah, wait, I haven't asked you though. When you received the hard copy, how did it feel? How
You know what, Teacher Rafi? In all
mhm.
honesty, I was asleep when my copies arrived.
Okay,
I
ano
was
nangyari?
I was deep. I was in a deep sleep.
Mm-mm.
I was on my pillow and I was just I was sleeping. I was still
Okay.
in dreamland. And then I remember my dad shook me awake and he was like, "Janelle, your copies are there." And I'm like, "Ah, oh." And then I go back to sleep again.
Akala mo panaginip lang.
And yeah, I was like, oh, am I dreaming or is this real? And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's not a dream, it's real. And so I rushed down the stairs and then I asked my dad for the copies and then yay, I received them. I opened them from the plastic and I felt the pages and the the cover of the book. And yeah, it just doesn't feel real. It hasn't sunken in yet. Even my win from the previous competition hasn't sunken in yet, and I don't think it ever will be. But that's okay because
Mhm.
it's a humbling process as well. It
Mhm.
humbles me as well. So yeah. But yeah, I'm happy.
Congratulations.
I'm happy
Ah,
that I have a
congratulations,
copy of.
Janelle.
Thank
We're
you.
happy for you. We're happy for you because as the other young authors are saying, like Shane and Destiny, kapag hawak mo na talaga yung libro, yun na yung iba eh,
Destiny.
yung feeling, 'di ba? Kasi yun na yung pinagpaguran mo. That's the fruit of your hard work. Yan, okay. So, let's do a short shout out, Janelle, from all our
Yay!
viewers. Let me know if you know them, right? So, Sarah is saying congratulations, Johnny. So, Johnny is your nickname
Oh,
too?
that's my tita. Yeah.
Hi, Tita. Shane, you're one of our winners too. Is saying Happy Independence Day. Thank you, Shane, for tuning in.
Thanks, Shane.
Okay, and
She has a
congratulations
lot of
to
messages.
Annie saying congratulations. Teacher Sophia is saying Happy Independence Day.
Oh,
Abby is saying
and
congratulations.
my tita.
Hi! Thank you all for tuning in. Ray says congratulations as well. Ang daming congratulations. Yeah, Mary Lauren, Ashley. This is your best friend, right? Ashley saying
Oh, one of my best friends, yes.
one of your best friends. Woo! I'm proud. Oh, that's so
Oh,
sweet.
thank you.
Faye Salvador says congratulations as well. Maggie Tsu. Thank you everyone for watching. Ayan. From Isha and Ray. Ayan. Congratulations. Proud out
Oh,
on
my
here.
titos
Oh
and
no, no.
titas.
Yeah, salamat po. Everyone, please share away. Nakakatuwa. Thank you for being supportive of your pamangkin. Oh, Hannah Salvador is saying, give me your name in Wattpad.
I already did. She's my cousin. Hi. I already did.
Ayan. Thea de Guzman is saying congratulations.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, it's
Ashley is
Ashley again.
there, and this is your mom,
Hi,
right?
my mom.
John Paul is saying, "Let's go, Marvel."
Yeah.
Maybe. What about in the sequel, right, Janelle? Maybe she would have powers, but of course, it's totally up to you.
Oh, teacher Rafi, actually that was
Hmm.
my history teacher.
Oh,
The teacher.
John Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he's the one who said that
Yeah.
he gave a shout out. Ay, ang galing. Hi, teacher. Thank you so much, teachers. Thank you again for what you do. You keep on inspiring your students to do these things. Without you, they won't get the courage, to be inspired. Imagine mo, Teacher John Paul, yung kinoment mo na okay yung work ni Janelle, dinala niya. And which made her win the PYAA last year, o 'di ba? So teachers, your comments, parents, your comments definitely, 'di ba, stick through our students. Yan. So please continue doing on a great job. O Sarah Lynn is saying how can we get a copy of the book? So please email her or uh, contact her on Instagram like at Janelle O Glory, right?
Oh, on Messenger and Instagram, I'm just Janelle Glory. Like, there's no
Okay.
O. It's
All
just
right.
on my email.
Okay. So here's for everyone, here's her email. So please do email her if you want to get a copy of her book. And then uh way to go, Janelle. Making your lolo and lola Tescary proud.
Aww.
Wow! Oh, nag-Facebook sila. Nakaka-proud naman. Thank you po. Thank you for watching.
Thank you
Ayan.
po.
Shane says the feels. Kinilig din si
Oh.
Shane. Okay. Beth is saying congrats. Si Sophia din, nakilig daw, kinilig.
Aww.
Cans is saying congrats, keep on shining for the glory of God. Yes. Thank
Yes.
you. All right. Destiny. Hi, Destiny. Yes,
Hi,
she's watching
Destiny.
right now and she said she would love to read your book. Oh, guys, by the way, if all of you are watching now, I also want to remind you that on a later date, we're going to have our three young authors together in one live stream. So please watch out for that. Yan, that's gonna be fun. Kasi ikaw, si Destiny at saka si Shane. Yan, kagulo tayo dito. Good luck.
Yay.
All right. Congratulations, Jani, says Joey Noble. Awesome job, Miko, Glory,
Aw.
and Hans. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
Johnny. Thank God you did well. Big congratulations, Lola Lynn. Ang dami!
Aw.
Ang dami, grabe. Sana wala akong ma-miss. Ang dami.
Oh, my
Keep on
titas and my
writing.
lolas.
Wow, Zen is saying congratulations, shout out. Shout out everyone. Teacher says we're proud of you, Janelle. Keep on writing.
Aw.
Thank you everyone, and thank you so much for supporting Janelle this afternoon. Okay, so before we end, Janelle, we are almost done. We're wrapping up. So we would like to invite all of you to join the PYAA this year. I'm going to flash the details in our screen. There. So, oh, hold on. Okay. So, again, if you this the Philippine Young Author Awards 2021 is happening on July 21 to 24, and it is a 4-day workshop. So if you are 13 to 16 years old and you have a story in mind you'd love to share and you'd love to have published, or if you're a parent or of a teen or a preteen who loves to write, let them join this year's PYAA and give them a chance to represent the Philippines. So every one of you who are watching, who are interested, please share away, or you can screenshot this slide or scan this QR code. The QR code will lead you to the registration form. All right. The registration fee is only 800 pesos for this year. All right. Okay. So to end, Janelle, um, any any tips for aspiring young authors who will join? How to win the competition? Yan.
Okay, so I believe in the saying that what is done with love is done well, or anything that is done with love is done well. And basically, what I'm trying to say is write about a topic you love, or write something that is close to your heart, because that's what I did. Take me as an example. I wrote about a portion of Philippine culture, and I also wrote about a strong, independent woman, warrior, heroine, rather, because those are the two topics that are close to my heart. And, you know, I believe that every young author should take this to heart, because, everything that is done with love is done well. And if you write about something you love, then it will be done well. Yes. Period.
Thank you so much, Janelle.
And
I
I
like
thank
that.
you. Like a beauty contest or something.
Yeah, Janelle Glory,
Okay.
Philippines. Kailangan may ganun ka, Janelle. I like that. Thank you very much.
Philippines.
Perfect, di ba? Perfect. And I like that. Anything, what's that quote again? Anything done with love is done well. Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
I'll remember that. And I hope all of our viewers will remember that too. Kasi it's applicable to everything, right, Janelle? Not just in writing, but in our work as well.
Mhm.
When you love your work, you excel, right?
Yep.
When you love writing, you excel in writing, just like what
Yep.
Janelle did. Yeah. Again, thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you, Janelle, for joining me this afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for watching. So, again, please stay tuned because in a few days we will have our top three winners for PYAA: Janelle, Shane, and Destiny in one book launch. All right. So please watch us then again. Thank you, everyone. Janelle, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Teacher Rafi. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, everyone.